everyone. I am Tomas. I am a marketing manager at Invertus, and I'd like to say that we are very happy to see every one of you visiting us for our second annual PrestaShop Scandinavian Meetup in Copenhagen. And today in my presentation, I'm going to share some simple but useful insights that were actually very helpful for our own use case, and maybe you can apply it to yourselves. So I'll start off with a simple question. What makes a good website? And if you would look into best practices, if you would do some research, it's often very easy to see that things that connect these websites or electronic shops is shareable content in order for you to attract more customers or visitors. You have to have various media formats, so the users are not bored. No one really wants to look at just text anymore. You have to have videos, you have to have images, they have to be entertaining and captivating. Of course, followed by that, you have to optimize your websites for optimal user experience or user interface. The website or your product or anything else today has to have an emotional appeal. It's no more the case when you can just sell your product or your company or yourself just with pure benefits. And of course, the website should be visually appealing, and they should have a clear purpose and call to actions. Because otherwise, what's the point of having the website in the first place? And a very simple example could be, for example, Airbnb. I think every one of us know about it. And if you would look closely, you can see that they integrate most of these things. And they have visually appealing content. They have very worked out headlines. They only ask you the necessary things. They are clear call to action buttons. And the whole website serves one purpose: for you to book a perfect, unique home and experience. And that's how they go with their tagline. If you would go for other parts of their pages as well, you can see that their fonts, their images, all the copy that they use, it's very thoughtfully worked out. And the whole website is used for one single purpose, as I've mentioned before. So having that in mind and seeing this one example, I have another question. What makes a good eShop? And surprisingly, it's actually all the same things, because most of the things that you can find for a website, it really applies, most of it for your eShop. And all these things are very important and necessary for your business as well. And the next question could be, how can we get there? And the answer is quite simple. We have to collect data. And of course, in this time of period, when you can collect all the possible data and everyone's talking about big data, it's actually quite hard to collect things that really provide value for you. So it shouldn't be just collecting data, but it should be collecting meaningful data. And for example, every data point that you collect, it can either serve linear or exponential value for your business. By linear value, what I mean is that a single data point would improve single user experience. But exponential value means having every single data point improving the whole user base and their experience, which is far more better, and you should always look in for the types of data that could provide exponential value to your business and to your growth. So one of the examples of that are heat maps. Just before going to the heat maps, I'd like to introduce a very simple term. It's called above the fold. It's actually a term coined by newspapers when they realize that most of the people's attentions are being caught when you follow the paper, and only depending on the image, on the big fat storyline or the headline, it will either predict if the people will buy the newspaper or not. And actually the website uses the same kind of thing. And above the fold applies to the websites. It's the part of the page that loads when you go to the website without scrolling down. And the rule is quite simple. Above the fold, still, even to this day, with numerous researches, shows that up to 80% of users' attentions is captured above the fold. So all the things that are on your website or on your eShop, when you scroll down any further, it only is able to capture 20% of the attention. And of course, every website differs. But for example, for Airbnb, it's quite clear where is the above the fold, and they have all the call to actions, they have all the images, everything above the fold. And the question might be, how can we make the same? Or what content should we put there? And heat maps, one of the things that they provide is scrolling interfaces, and they can show the average fold that your website contains. and the fix that you can actually see and the content that you have. And it even shows in the colors how much of your website is being scrolled, how much of the content that is being seen. And analytics tools, for example, like Google Analytics and other, I think Google Analytics is the best example. They can only show you the numbers. They can only show you that people enter your page, leave your page, maybe buy a product, but you can never actually see how far they go with the page, and at all if it's necessary for you to have a very long page, a very short page, a long article, a short article. And heat maps really put that into a visual kind of way and let you make decisions way quicker than collecting numerous amounts of various data that you can maybe not even apply for your case. And the same thing goes for heat maps, not only for scrolling, but it is possible for you to see even where the users go exactly, what captures their attentions, what they are clicking, where they put their mouse on. And heat maps as a tool can answer a few very important questions to your business case. First of all being, for example, how are users interacting with my website? What are they pressing? What captures their attention? How can we improve our website? How can we make more sales? How can we capture more attention? Second of all, the most important question is what's stopping them from purchasing? It can also answer you that question. And heat maps as a tools, the good tools that you can use, they can even let you have playbacks on your website, and you can see exact movements of your customer and what have they seen, what they have clicked, when they have gone to other page, and so on and so forth. And now, of course, there might be a question, so where can we apply heat maps to our business case? And actually the answer is you can apply this tool to every single page of your shop, and you can also apply it for all the forms of the media that you use. It could be articles, it could be catalogs of photos, it could be videos, it could be just everything that you use. And you can find answers for all those uses. And you can improve all of these things on your website, which I think are very crucial to your case. Going on to the next possible tool that probably a lot of us are starting to use now is A/B testing. And some of you might know about it, some of you might not. So just to provide some context about it, it's a way of comparing two versions of the same website at the same time with audience that is split, but the audience doesn't know about it. And at the same time, in real time, users are able to see and decide what attracts their attention most, because you don't even feel it, but A/B testing might help the merchants or the shop owners or the website owners see what kind of color of the buttons should you have, what kind of text should you add to the buttons, what kind of images should you use. And A/B testing can start as simple as having, comparing two images. Which one of the two images would, for example, gather more attention and make the user stay longer in your website? And you can definitely check that out. And it doesn't have to be two tests at the same time, because most of these tools enable multivariate testing, so you can have even up to tens of cases at the same time running. It's just important for you to have enough audience so you can actually compare and have qualitative data and compare it. And A/B testing applies for not only the websites, but you can apply it for all the things that you use for your business, most importantly ads. And it doesn't have to go far. For example, you don't have to optimize your web store in the beginning. You can start with optimizing your ads. Google AdWords, for example, use these tools naturally. And if you create few ads, they naturally select which one performs the most, and then they just use that one ad. But you can do the same with Facebook and other promotional tools. You can apply this to landing pages as well, which is also one of the most important things, because you can clearly then see what converts for your business case, what doesn't convert for your business case. And you can also address this A/B testing, for example, for all your communication, like welcome emails. Because the same people that register to your email database, you can always try either one headline or the other one image or the other one. And it's really important for you to find what works best. So you should A/B test everything. And it is actually possible to A/B test everything. And here are some examples of things that you can actually test right away or check for your business case. So it can be images, it can be compelling and benefit-oriented headlines, and you can see what works the best. You can test the length of your copy, because it's very important to see whether the users are interested in reading long stories, the short stories, and what makes them click on the article, for example, to read more. It's also very important to A/B test your pricing, your layout, your design. You can test promotions, overall images that you use, and even the form fields, which are also very important for most of the businesses, because that's a good channel that still captures a lot of attention, and that's how every one of us can still get customers and leads. So, to finish my speech, I'd like to summarize. These are very few, very simple things that I have introduced today, but I think we can all, apply this to our business cases as best as we can. And if I would have to put it in 3 short, simple sentences, first of all, it would be to define best practices for your niche and your scenario, because it differs for every business. Collect meaningful data, which means you shouldn't focus on collecting as much data as you can. You shouldn't focus on having as many KPIs or metrics as there are possible, but you should collect the things that would impact your business as a whole, that would let you improve your e-shop and every other user's experience, not the only one user that actually has used the shop. Finally, using the data, make sure to make impactful decisions, which then means the type of image that you finally use for your website, the type of headlines that you use, the type of text that you use, and the type of the message that you want to portray to your customers. So, thank you. I hope you have used this. I hope you find some of it useful.